Hi guys, it's Rachel here, and I'm going to be doing some lightning book talks for you today. And when I say lightning, I mean that they are going to be very fast, only about a minute per book. But what I want to do is give you guys some good options for all 10 of your 40 and 4th genres. And all of these books are available in our digital downloads collection. I can't promise that they will be available right now. They are there as ebooks or e-audiobooks, but you may have to put a hold on them. I can't really guarantee that they're going to be available because between the time I make these videos and post them for you guys, someone could have gone and checked them out. So we'll do the best we can, but the first book that I want to talk to you guys about is called Genesis Begins Again by Alicia D. Williams. So Genesis is excited because today is the day when the group of cool girls she has been trying desperately to join are coming over to her house to hang out after school. But when they get there, all of her family's furniture and belongings are on the front lawn. Her family has been evicted again, and Genesis is humiliated as the cool girls turn on her and start to make fun of her. Now, this isn't the first time her family has been evicted. Her father, an alcoholic with a gambling problem, regularly fails to pay the rent, which causes the family to have to pull up roots and move again and again. Genesis knows that she is to blame for her family's problems because she believes if her dark skin were only lighter, her father would love her, he would be happier, and he'd be able to hold a job. So with this mistaken belief, she begins to take more and more drastic measures to lighten her skin until eventually all of her family's problems come to a head. Great book, newer book, Genesis Begins Again. All right, next I want to talk to you about Look Both Ways by Jason Reynolds. So this is called Look Both Ways, a tale told in 10 blocks. And this book begins like all the best books do, with a school bus falling from the sky. The only problem is none of the characters actually notice it because they are all too busy with the walk home after school. So each chapter has a new group of kids walking another block, and their stories span the gamut. Some are silly and gross, like an extensive conversation about boogers, and some are serious, like how to deal with a bully. So the road to home is never as straight or as straightforward as you think it's going to be. But if you have read and liked any of Jason Reynolds' other books, like the Track series or As Brave as You definitely don't want to miss this. And if you are new to Jason Reynolds, then this is a great one to start with. You're going to fly through it. You're going to fly through each block as you walk along with the characters. And I bet that you will not notice the school bus falling from the sky either. All right. Moving along with our lightning talks, Front Desk by Kelly Yang. So I'm going to start with a quote from the book. You're a bicycle and the other kids are cars. So this is what 5th grader Mia Tang's mother tells her about her English. It may be good, but it will never be as good as a native speaker's. And it seems like ever since Mia and her family immigrated from China, they've been stuck as the hardest working bicycles ever while everyone around them zooms past. They're barely making ends meet, and then eventually they find jobs managing the Cala Vista Motel, which seems great at first because it's stable jobs and free housing since they'll live in the motel. Living in a motel may sound glamorous, but it ends up being anything but. Mia's parents are running ragged, managing and cleaning the motel at all hours, and Mia herself becomes the motel's reluctant 10-year-old front desk manager. So combine this with the mean and greedy Mr. Yao, the hotel's owner, and the situation would be enough to get anyone depressed. But not Mia, because she has moxie and no one can keep her down for very long. So that is Front Desk by Kelly Yang. Next, The Strange Case of Origami Yoda by Tom Engelberger. So Dwight is weird, a nerd, what some people might call a loser. And he doesn't help his case when one day he shows up to school wearing a finger puppet. An Origami Yoda finger puppet, to be exact. Even weirder, he makes it talk in a strange Yoda voice. Initially, the rest of the kids want to write Dwight and his Origami Yoda off as just too weird for words, but then something strange starts happening. The Origami Yoda starts to give kids advice, and the advice is actually really good. Is it really Dwight talking, or is he channeling some weird other dimensional Yoda? Some kids are believers and some are not. The book is actually presented as journal entries from both sides, along with some fun illustrations. And if you end up loving Origami Yoda, there is good news. It is actually the first in the series. And this is actually an older book, so it is more likely to be available right away through digital downloads. All right, next and last for this session of lightning talks for realistic fiction, Holes by Louis Sachar. So nothing about Stanley Yelnatz's life is fair. First of all, his name is a palindrome, meaning that it is spelled the same way forwards and backwards, and how weird is that? Second of all, his family is cursed and has been for generations, thanks to his no good, dirty, rotten, pig-stealing great-great-grandfather. You'll have to read the book to get more on that story. Third of all, he has been falsely convicted of theft and has been sent to a juvenile detention camp called Green Lake for the whole summer. And last, the warden of Camp Green Lake is potentially crazy and has all the inmates digging holes in the ground all day every day. But is digging the holes just a pointless exercise, or could the warden possibly be looking for something? And if so, what? You'll have to read Holes to find out more. All right, guys, well, that is your first round of lightning book talks for realistic fiction, and I will be posting more book talks in your genres as the week goes on. So I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.